How's everybody doing? Let me get over to where I can see the chat and see what's going on with everybody. Oh, it's only one person there. Right before I went live, there was like five or six. Where did everybody go? Oh, I probably forgot to hit the don't put a commercial on there. You guys are probably stuck in limbo. So sorry. Um, while I wait for that to go by, then hopefully you guys are skipping them. When you get in, please say hello so I know you're here. I'm going to say hello now. It's been a while since I've posted any videos or anything. Well, the ones that did come up, they were like scheduled to come up because I've no puddles. Uh, because I've been studying, and a lot of you know that I have been taking the Beyond Quantum Healing courses, and I have passed. I am a certified quantum healer practitioner, and also now an ordained uh, minister of what's this church? A Universal Life Church. And the reason that I did that is because you need to check with whoever does your taxes that if you do go ahead and have a session, that it could be considered a contribution to a nonprofit organization, or like being a church makes it nonprofit, falls under different tax guidelines to try and give back to the community as much as I possibly can at the same time as helping them. So let's see. I have brought up this background back over to the chat. Um, okay, when you take the Beyond Quantum Healing course, at least when I did, I thought, I would be lost in this. But what I found out is as I was taking the classes, a lot of the things that were being taught were things that we're already going through. So, like, the processes, the refinement, the things that have kicked on for us have been preparing me to do something like this. I'm really excited. I went to my doctor today and told him about it, and he wants me to make pamphlets because he wants to do referrals, and he already understood what it was about. And I told him that it is not. I would never recommend anybody not see their doctor or anything like that. I want your doctor to continue to see you and see the improvements within you, and let them make the determination of, aha, what did you do? Because after all, it is all about you. Now, Candace put out these courses in such a way that they were easy to follow, easy to understand. But then again, like I said, I've been going through this for so long that it just kind of like click, 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 click. So that's what I have been doing, along with observing a lot of anomalies going on around us. What have you guys been doing? What's the world going? What's going on? I've popped into a few chats and here and there to see what was going on in different areas, just to stay in the now moment. But of course, I was pretty devoted to my core studies and wanted as little distraction as possible so that way I can do the best service. Is any good practitioner that does the beyond quantum healing or quantum healing, they know that it is about the client, not the practitioner. We're there to hold space, keep you safe, make sure everything is going well for you during your session. One thing that I will be incorporating into all my sessions, whether they are in person or via internet, I will be recording them. That is not to put them on YouTube. That is to supply a copy of the session to the client so they can listen back to it, because a lot of times people will say, I knew I was awake the whole time. I knew exactly what I was saying, or but then when they play it back, they'll be like, "What? You know, I didn't know anything about that. I didn't have any kind of formal studies into that. Where did that come from?" And they'll have that aha moment. And also listening back to it can also further the healing that is going on within us. So that's what's been going on in my neck of the woods. And I'm very excited to get started. I actually, down in the description box, is the email that is dedicated just to the quantum healing, the beyond quantum healing practice. Um, so that one is completely separate from Awaken Active channel. And if anybody has an amazing experience and they're willing to share it, that will be on another channel, and I will reveal that as time passes when somebody wants to share their amazing experience. So how are things going in the world? Everybody, peaceful, doing your meditations, quieting your mind, talking to your body, learning self-love, or already loving themselves so they can unconditionally love others. You know, quantum healing, or beyond quantum healing, has nothing to do with any religion or anything of that nature. It is all inclusive. Everybody can have these sessions done. Now, your belief structure could have a lot to do with who appears to you. You know, if you're Islamic, you may have Mohammed. Christian, you may have Jesus. You may have your guardian angels, your guides, passed on loved ones, your future self, your future higher self, your higher self, source can come through. I mean, it's amazing. It'll blow your socks off. So, okay, we got Vonage and Silent J and me. It says 8. Do we have lurkers? Come on, lurkers, talk. Talk to me. Ask some questions. If anybody has any questions about any of this kind of stuff, this is time to ask. And also want to know what's going on with... also in the description box is the Mandela Effect Conference. The link is in there, and it's going to stay in there until after, like maybe a day before the conference. I'll take it down because pretty much at that time people will have made up their mind or know where they're going. But that link is also in the description box. Go all the way to the bottom. It's the Mandela Effect Conference, and it takes you straight to the webpage for that. So I do have a web page on the quantum healing site, but I do plan on having my own. That will be coming soon as funds permit. So, yeah. I just wanted to come on and share that with you guys. It's absolutely amazing. The next step is I'm going to hone in on the Reiki healing because my hands get hot all the time. I have the sensations of that going on within my hands and the tingles and the hot. I've got hot hands right now. It just happens. And so I'm going to go ahead and put another tool in my toolbox and just get a better understanding of these gifts. These gifts are coming online for everybody. And as they're coming online, we don't necessarily have to have the book knowledge. It's usually better to have it come online naturally for you. And then, just like with the Beyond Quantum Healing course I took, all of this stuff came online first, but it made it so much easier to take the course because it's like, aha, synchronicity moments. It made it just so wonderful. It was a wonderful experience to take the courses. And I will be updated through the forums and things like that because of that's part of it. So if anybody's ever thinking about becoming a BQH practitioner, I highly recommend Candace to take your classes through. It costs a little bit of money, but it's really worth it when you think about the good that you're going to do for so many people and where that can branch out and branch out and branch out. So, anyways, anybody got anything to say? Any questions? Go back to the. There we go. I will be giving out some discount codes to certain channels, and if you come through certain channels and you put in that discount code, you'll get the discount, and there'll be something in it for them too for the referral. So, yep, it's about taking care of each other, and if something happened to somebody maybe 2 or 3 lifetimes ago, it could actually manifest in your lifetime. Do you ever wonder why, it's often said, why bad things happen to good people? And you're left wondering, why did that happen? What, they did not deserve that. Well, something could have happened a few lifetimes ago that maybe something brutal happened to them and they didn't make it through that experience. So they came out of that holding some kind of grudge and then carry it forward because our cells, have a memory. Our DNA has a memory. So a lot of times it's just a matter of clearing that, healing from it, and then things change around them. Same with attachments. Somebody could have an attachment to them, and going through a session, the attachment will be released. It will have to go. It will be asked to go by the healing team that comes in for the client and the healing team that I have that I will be adding to it. Hey, Long Reach One. Yeah, I'm like wondering why nobody's talking. So that's why I've been out of pocket, is been really deep into these studies. I'm preparing the notebook. I need a little bit of hardware, for the in-person ones that I will be doing. The ones done online, like I said, I will be recording them and then supplying them to the person. It will be like unlisted, and they can download it onto their own computer for their own keeping, and then I will be removing it because I can't have everybody's sessions on my hard drive. It would just take up all the space. But I will give you plenty of time to download it onto your own system and keep it for yourself. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really amazing the things that can come out of these modalities. People healing from cancer. The testimonials were just off the charts. Um, but for my own doctor to want me to make a leaflet because he wants to do referrals and he wants to put them in the front of his office also, that spoke volumes to me about how in the now moment that my actual family practitioner is. And he says that now yearly they go, and it is on the spiritual side. They do talk about the spiritual side of healing, and I was pretty shocked that he was so open to it. And but that's the kind of doctor that you want. You want a doctor that truly wants to see you whole and healthy, and living the best quality of life that you can. So it was really surprising that he's willing to do that for me. I was just like, oh my gosh. And then I told him the same thing, like I would do the other channels, is if they use your code that would be specific to you, um, that I would, do something in kind. And he refused it. He just said, no, I want you to do well, and I want um, anybody who is referred over to you to do well. And that's a doctor with the heart after true, authentic healing. He wants to see the best in people and let them have the best life possible. But to have an annual conference that they go to about the spiritual, the etheric side of medicine and healing, um, kind of blew my mind a little bit. So, yeah, something to think about, guys. He doesn't want to hurt them in like cattle. It won't take away the need for a doctor because accidents happen. You get a broken arm or a broken leg or something, you're going to need to go see a doctor and get it casted up and have it heal, and things like that. It's not going to take away their profession. What it's going to do is hopefully take away the chronic, diseases and things like that as we get a better understanding on how the etheric and the energetic, the vibration, spiritual, whatever is your comfortable term, how it works and how it carries through our DNA for these things to manifest. One thing that Candace said that was really interesting was she said something about diabetics. And it was really interesting because I did discuss this with my doctor today too. I said, you know, um, most diabetics suffer with diabetes. I said, and you won't believe why. And my doctor's like, well, why? And I said, well, they deny themselves the sweeter things in life. And he's like, you don't mean cupcakes and ding dongs? I'm like, no. I mean, walks on the beach, barefoot with your feet in the sand, or camping, or the things that you enjoy in life. We're so busy running the hamster wheel that we forget to enjoy the sweeter things in life. And it can manifest in many different ways within our body. And disease, break it apart, it's dis-ease. So as a practitioner, my job in it would not be to lead you somewhere. I'm a guide. I go with you and make sure you're safe, comfortable as you explain what you're seeing. And if it's something that is going on that is troubling you, that's where I step in and pull you up to, observing it. And even if observing it is too much, then we move on to something better, so you're not reliving a trauma that we're trying to remove. You don't have to relive a trauma that you've already been through. It's not necessary for the healing to come in. Hi, Quantum Quartz. How are you? Oh, tell Paul I said hi. Okay, you've been getting attacked online by same people that say they love me. We will be lucky if there aren't any blackouts before 2020. Be grateful for what you have. I always am full of gratitude. Yes. Yeah, it's not about things. It's about the people. It's about the people in our lives. It's about the love. It's about loving hard. I mean, just going full on, and losing that fear of rejection, loving yourself. A lot of people have problems loving themselves. And if you don't have that flowing within you, you really can't, excuse me, love other people because you don't love yourself. And that's the most important. You need to love yourself. Love who you are, all imperfections and all scars, whatever. Love yourself. And then you're able to love others as yourself. So, yes. Yeah, losing my daughter was, there's nothing in this world that I would have wanted or traded for her life. I want her here with me. I want the hugs. I want the kisses. I want the conversation. I want the time with her. But I do still see her and I still feel her around me. So I know that this is not it. And that's another thing. A lot of people will go into the sessions and they'll want to know what their purpose is in life. Now, you know, you make your list of questions, and if you're ready for the answers, you'll get them. But I can guarantee your higher self will give you what you need at the time. And it will go far. It will go far. Uh, Negative thoughts and fear, all that does is bring you down. And we can't have that. Now, if, like, I just lost my daughter. Now, if I didn't have some kind of a physical impact happen within my body, there would be definitely something wrong with me. I would not have love in my heart. So that explains why, my health went bananas, because the love in my heart, the loss, the grief, the pain, it manifested on my body. It was a traumatic event. But we have to heal from these traumatic events and snap back out of it, because we still have a life that we need to live, showing love, patience, kindness, long suffering for others. Because people go through, death is a part of life. I didn't like the order of things. A parent should never lose a child. We're supposed to go before. But it happens. And then we move forward, we do the best we can. But it was a traumatic event. So my body manifested it. So I hope that makes sense. Well, I'm going to keep this nice and short. I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. I'm going to be working on episode 2 of the Greek God and Goddesses for you guys. Awake in the Dream is, if any are played online, that's where those will be played at. They won't be on Awake and Activate. I have a whole different channel for that. It's my secondary channel. And then there's a whole separate email for BQH. So if you're interested, go ahead and email me with just basic, first name, phone number, and best time to call you. Because you go through a telephone conference, and if I don't seem to be the right fit, then I can, send you to a link or somewhere to find another practitioner or whatever that will be more beneficial to your needs, or because it's not like that. It's not like I'm going to take everybody. It's not that type of a business. We have to have some kind of a vibe going. I've got to sense some kind of an energetic connection with you, or, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste your money. I'm not, it has to be a good fit. And then from there we move on. So sessions typically last about 2 hours, and then of course I'll be adding. Everybody will be getting a copy of their session, so they will have that for themselves. So, anyways, does anybody have any questions about what I've been doing? And like I said, becoming an ordained universal ministry was to help that if you do have a session, if somebody has their ordainment, then you can a lot of times if you donate to your church or whatnot, you can take that off as a charitable contribution. So I was trying to figure out what is the best way to help the clients financially, and make it so it's easier on them. So by doing that, it helps. You got to check with your tax person, but it should help for you to be able to take any sessions off of your taxes. But like I said, check with your tax, your accountant, or your whoever prepares your taxes first. But it is an actual ordained. I'm an ordained minister now, so. But I will not be preaching. That is not my calling. I'm following my life purpose, and it is to be in service to others, help them. And like I said, my next courses I'm going to be taking is on Reiki. So to have that in combination, it already is activated. I just want to understand it more so I can put it to the best use possible um, for in-person sessions. So, but it doesn't seem to matter online or in person. You get excellent results. So I look forward to hearing from whoever feels the urge or a calling to do this. It'd be wonderful, wonderful experience for me and for you, because I will get the enjoyment of listening to your higher self um, talking. And sometimes when people reach Source can give a message to mankind. Yeah, it's like that, you guys. I mean, infinite potential. Infinite potential. Okay. Yes, there's some like that in the communities. Just there to bring us down, I theorize. Oh, who are you talking to? No online people from around the world. Okay. Yeah. No, I've put my advertisement out is for English speaking people only. So they have to speak my native tongue. Otherwise, there won't be much of a session if I can't understand you. So it does help to be able to understand the language that they are speaking, even though in the etheric realm it doesn't matter. But the client that will be there having the session will speak in their native tongue. So even though the in the etheric it speaks all languages, that's not a barrier. It's just a barrier that we have because our languages have been divided. So on that happy note, I love you guys so much. All the information, like I said, is in the description box. And if you have not yet checked out the Mandela Conference, that information is in the description box below also. Um, let's see, where am I at? Yeah. I love you guys so much. Always share what you know so we can listen and grow. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.